Hey everyone, Rocky here, and I'm back with another pick a card reading. Today we're doing how did they feel after your first date? I'm so excited for this one. This is pile number 1, 2, and 3. Take a moment, see which one resonates most, and we'll jump right in. I also wanted to note these cards here are actually new. It's these ones, and I actually got them in Maui. I don't know, I mean, you can obviously get them anywhere, but I happened to find a tarot shop while I was on vacation in Maui, which, by the way, I have not been on a trip with my mom in a very long time. So it was really fun to do that. If you follow me on Instagram, then you'll see my pics, but yeah, some really cool experiences and cool people there. But this is the deck. If anyone's interested, they're very pretty. And it's the A.E. Waite Tarot. So, yeah, I'm excited. All right, guys, let's jump right in. All right, if you chose pile number 1, then this is your reading, and you chose this stone right here. All right, so let's see. How did they feel after your first date? That's funny. Okay, I'm getting this really funny vibe, like they almost questioned, are you actually single? Because they were so stunned by, and I'm not making this up, like they were so stunned by how you look that they're like, you cannot really be single. Like they had a moment, I feel, of just like, is that for real? I don't know why, but this card really just kind of gave me that vibe. Interesting. Off the bat, they're struck by the sun with you, right? But then underneath it, we have the moon. So you have this dual energy to you, not even personality, a dual energy. So it's almost like here, like an M&M, right? Here's the exterior, and then quickly, and I'm going to say quickly after speaking with you, they get to the core and they're like, oh. And it's not like you're giving things away, right? You're not giving anything away. So when I say get to the core, I just mean it doesn't take them long to realize that there's way more to you. This must have been a pretty spiritual connection off the bat, because I'm getting that they immediately were struck by this deepness. And I don't think they knew that right away about you. This person may have gotten out of something kind of serious not that long ago, so I would probably be a little patient with this person, because I do feel that they're ready for love, but I also feel like they have responsibilities in some way in 2 areas, right? So let's say they have a kid, let's say they have, family responsibilities, just different things that may also involve an ex, or somehow that's thrown in the mix of things, right? Like, they're not with anyone, they are single, but they may have responsibility tied to another individual through, let's say, a child or something like that, right? It can also just be energetically, maybe they're juggling another job or school or something that is kind of, in a sense, I don't want to say pulling their attention, because I don't get that per se, but they're just not in like their best place, maybe, I think is what I'm trying to get at. Wow, they wanted to sleep with you like right away. Not that they would, because they're probably being respectful. I'm definitely getting that they had a hard time not smiling around you. That's what I'm getting. Cute. Okay. Interesting. So if some of you have tattoos, maybe you spoke about that. I feel like there's one in particular that is a bit personal to you, and they were probably curious about that. Or there was something you were wearing, maybe even, that showcased something a bit personal. Interesting. I'm getting they don't want to walk away from you. I don't really know what that means for everyone, but they're saying they don't want to walk away. So I don't know if they like went on a trip shortly after you guys met for your date, or something happened in some way, but it's more like they didn't want to leave. So that's what's coming through. And not that like they're leaving, but like maybe they did have something, or they couldn't see you right away after your first date, right? Wow, okay, they can tell that you are a strong person. You probably take, good care of yourself. Wow, they're super attracted to you. I actually get this vibe very heavily that they want to provide for you. So that's a really amazing sign, in the sense that not like, oh, you're using them or something, nothing like that. It's like they want to provide for you in a sense that they're protective of you already. So it just seems like you triggered something in them that it's like I don't know, you just kind of, I want to say awestruck is the word. Sorry, I'm trying to push these closer so you can see them, but essentially they went into provider mode. So I think they want to protect you. They want to be there for you. They don't want you to be single anymore. Wow, this card is pretty standing out to me, this Nine of Cups, because we got it over here. That was our first leading card. And I'm just getting that they feel something special with you. And they don't, okay, that's so funny how I wanted to say that. I wanted to say they don't want to have a discussion about it. Like, it is what it is. So, like, you guys are obviously going to talk about it, but I'm kind of getting, they really want to just seal the deal with you. No questions asked. I'm getting you're obviously on the same page, which is good, because they wouldn't want it the other way. That would just crush them. I'm getting they just really want something with you. They do get really shy with you though. So I think they kind of, there again, be a little patient. I don't see them going slow at all, I'll tell you that. But just be a little patient with them if you're unsure how to read them in moments, because I just kind of get that they get pretty shy around you. I don't think you'd necessarily notice it per se, but they hold it together well. They also notice that you get a lot of attention. So I don't know if you guys go on another date or if it already happened on your first date or something, but there's some aspect of you getting a lot of attention and they notice it. They want to do some kind of gesture for you, a thoughtful gesture. So it could be like a tiny present, some candy, just something subtle, right? Because you guys, it's your first date, right? So after the first date, I see something kind of subtle and cute happening. Wow, this is beautiful. You're definitely gonna hear from them, I want to say right away. I don't know if you're a Queen of Swords or another sign. I hear Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I don't know if that's their sign, but it very well could be. Maybe you resonate with that as well for you, but I am getting it for them. Yep, King of Pentacles here to kind of back that up. Wow, provider. That's what I want to say, provider. That's where they're going with you. I feel like there were a ton of thoughts going through their head after your date. So I don't know what got triggered here, but you guys had it seems like a strong connection off the bat. Yeah, they're afraid to open up to you. I think they're just really afraid to get hurt because of how this is hitting them off the bat. Somebody has pretty lips. Maybe they do, or you do, or both of you do. I mean, everyone has pretty lips, right? But I'm getting kind of like, I don't know, maybe even a little poofy lips, stuff like that. Oh my God, okay, they were all over your social media. If you have social media, they were all over it. They want to show you off to their friends. Yeah, they want to talk about you. They are proud that they went on a date with you. I'm almost wondering too, I'm almost getting that maybe your work becomes intertwined with theirs in some way. So I don't know if like one of you gives the other some kind of hookup job wise, or you know, you kind of help, maybe they help you out a little, you know, throw your resume someone's way. This is just a very specific message for some of you because this is, you know, a general reading, but I want to say everything that I'm getting. Oh, they definitely want to call you theirs. That's what I'm getting. I see them. I'm zoned in on this I wanted to say Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and see how his arm is around her, and it's like they're pulling you close. And these readings are totally genderless, by the way. They're totally fluid. Whatever resonates with you, please take what makes sense to your situation, because it totally applies to anyone. And these are timeless also. So no time constraints, no constraints. Wow, that's what I'm getting. Very strong connection here. And potentially a decision to make in the very near future, and that can be solidifying the relationship. It could be yeah, this person wants to get married, but I think they've had a lot of heartbreak, and I think you have too, actually. So I think it's going to take some patience on both sides to not let that influence the now and not let that carry over to the present moment. So that's a beautiful read, guys. I love that. That's beautiful. Okay. And I do see a good clip, but I don't see anything rash. They've definitely thought everything out. So definitely know they're not the kind of person to just jump into things. So if you guys do get in a relationship quickly, you know, even, I don't know, it could be as little as, you know, a month, a couple months, something like that, that would feel kind of fast. They have definitely thought this out, and they've had enough life experience that they know what they want. So thank you guys so much for watching. I truly hope that helps you. And yeah, like I said, follow me on Instagram if you want to stay in touch with me. I love that. And please drop a comment below, even if it's just an emoji to say hi. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey guys, if you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading, and you chose this stone right here. All right, so let's see. What did they think of you after that first date? Okay, I'm getting Aquarius here with the star, and I don't always, you know, think of Aquarius when I get the star, but in this case, I really felt Aquarius. So I get that more on their side, but it could be you. But this is the general, so really any sign, but that is what stands out to me. Okay, it almost feels like they were a little wishy-washy when it came to the date. I don't know if they were kind of yes, no, or there was some form of wishy-washiness about the conversation, or just something to do with this date or how it got off the ground. They may have done something even before the date that kind of hurt your feelings, or just something that rubbed you the wrong way, and maybe you kind of let it go. I want to say a big lesson to people who chose this pile is please don't let things pile up. I know it's easy when you don't want to, you know, overreact or read something the wrong way. You know in the past, like, what am I saying in the past? Yesterday, I mean, I do this to this day, but it's just kind of where, you know, you hold back, and it's something that I'm trying to get better at myself. And it's where you're 100% authentically you on that first impression, right? And just dealing with anyone in your life. across the board, just be authentic and give authentic answers and not what you think they want to hear. And what I'm getting here is that with these 3 swords, you can kind of see it, there's 1, 2, and then the third just looks and feels the biggest. And it just kind of feels like in your life, you may tend to let things pile up and then you've had enough, right? Because you're not voicing how you're feeling in the moments. And it is good to pick and choose things, but there's some times that you can just kind of say, hey, that's not agreeable to me. And it does not have to be confrontational. For very select people that chose this pile, because like I said, it's a general, but there is something about color blindness that is coming through. I just really get for this pile that you may have felt that you were bending for this person. Somebody felt like they were bending too much in this situation. Okay, some of you slept with this person on the first date, and this could also be where things kind of, you got a little bitter over certain things. I'm just kind of getting that, I know this is there again, speaking from experience, I can empathize with it, but sometimes when we start to get frustrated or bottle stress, it's because we are giving our control away to other people. And that's just kind of what I'm getting for this pile. So I'm trying to kind of, I don't know, I definitely empathize with that. For those of you that feel that way, it's totally normal. It's very common and something a lot of us struggle with. Especially people that are extremely kind-hearted, right? Because it goes against your nature, right? But you also want to ensure that you protect your energy because you have so much good to give, and make sure you save it up for the people that truly appreciate it and deserve it. I feel like one person talked a lot during the date, and you may have even felt that it was kind of a one-sided conversation. You may be dealing with someone who's a little bit narcissistic in this pile. That's what I'm getting. Potentially a bit of a know-it-all. They feel a little cold here with the King of Swords. I don't know what their actual sign is, but this would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Well, Aquarius. So I'm just kind of getting, there may have been some coldness in this. Now, please know this has to do with them and not you. And I know that's, sounds cliche to say, but truly hurt people too. It's a sad, it's a fact. And we've all been there, right? I've had people who, get snippy with me because they're upset about other things, right? Or maybe you've done it yourself too. It's something we all can kind of relate to. It's those moments of lashing out because of you not processing what's going on within you in a super healthy way. Very common, but this person may have done that to you. And it doesn't mean it's okay, right? But it does happen. And I feel like they run a little hot and cold with you. So I feel like this wishy-washiness that I got in the beginning, it kind of plays out, right? You're kind of seeing this through the read. It just, what's interesting too is I'm getting that if they were grounded, they'd actually be a really decent person, I feel, to date. So I'm not saying they're a bad person, but I'm saying they have things going on in their life that are preventing them from being the kind of person that they could be with you. And they just need more self-work and time to heal, because these mixed messages they're giving you, it has everything to do with them and them not being healed with what happened maybe in a past relationship or what's going on in their life. And unfortunately, that's carrying over to you. So That's the main thing that I'm getting here. So maybe they will circle back around, right, in the future, but I almost see that it won't take off too far for most of you. And but that's not to say that once they heal that they can come back around. But timing on that can be so tricky, right? I've known some people, it could be years later, and you know, you can't wait, or you know, you have to kind of keep moving forward as if, you know, that's not a factor. But for some of you, I do see that maybe after doing that inner work, they could come back around. I kind of feel for some of you, you're a bit stoic. So maybe after the first date or during that first date, you were a little shut down and a little bit not giving too much of a reaction. Because I feel like when you kind of get overwhelmed by someone's energy, because as we got, right, they were doing most of the talking or dominating the room in some way with you. And I don't feel that you were necessarily as direct with them as you would have liked to be. But I do feel you shut down. That was probably felt by them or noticed. Yeah, I am getting some of them want to start fresh. They want to start anew. You know, they realize kind of what they did, and they may have had a shift in perspective. So once they have that time to heal, for a lot of you, they really might come back around. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting something about kids involved for some of you, whether on their side, your side, or both. For some of you, I feel you're pretty soft-spoken, and I feel some people can take this the wrong way, because I also get you're very strong, right? And when you've had enough, you've had enough. But in a sense, it can come off maybe passive-aggressive, because you'll tend to bottle a bit and then maybe explode. And when I use the word explode, I don't mean totally go off. I mean maybe, but I'm just saying, you know, you might just kind of have your fill and finally let someone know, hey, that's not cool. And then they might be like, well, I thought everything was fine. And it's like, no, how could it be fine when you've been treating me like this? But, you know, sometimes people, you have to just really tell them, because if they're not the one on the receiving end, they don't know. They don't always, you know, they're not always that self-aware. So that is what I get here. I truly hope that helps you guys. That was a really interesting read, because I felt the detail. I felt like they're really trying to, you know, give this message. So if for any reason this did not resonate, please feel free to, you know, try to meditate on this again and pick another pile, because this one felt like a very specific message that some of you needed to hear. So thank you, as always, so much for your support and for watching. I love you guys so much. Please drop a comment below, even just an emoji to say hello. I love it. It's just so great to hear from you guys. And if you want to stay in touch and in contact, please feel free to follow me on Instagram. I'm super active on there. I love hearing from you guys. And I made some amazing connections for like over a year on there with you guys. So thank you so much. Sending lots of love. Mwah. Until next time, bye. Hey guys, if you chose pile number 3, then this is your reading, and you chose this stone right here. All right, so how did they feel after the first date? Okay, for some of you, not for all of you, because it's a general, but for some of you, I feel like you didn't hear from them, at least not right away after that first date. All right, we have Queen of Wands here, Leo. Wow, I wanted to say Gemini. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. we have a King of Wands there. There again. Wow, I keep wanting to say air, so maybe they're an air sign. That would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But we do have a lot of wand energy here. Interesting. I'm just almost getting, I don't know if there were some awkward silences. I don't know if you both kind of felt unsure as to whether the other person liked, you know, if the feeling was mutual, basically. Queen of Swords. Gosh, some of you might even be an air sign, and that could be why I'm getting that. I don't know if you guys were a little too direct with them. I feel like with some people, maybe you get a little cut with them, you know, when they start to irritate you, and they may have really felt that. But in all fairness, they may have been doing something to really annoy you. You know, it really could have rubbed you the wrong way. But some people too kind of act a certain way or say things out of nervousness, and they can come off kind of rude, which is interesting, right? I've even done that in some situations where I actually really like the person, but out of nervousness, I go and say something that comes off kind of, I don't know, maybe passive aggressive or just rude. And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe I just, you know, that it came out like that. But it's just because I'm so nervous, and I don't know what happens sometimes, but it just like comes out that way. And you're like, oh my God, calm down, right? But you're nervous. So that could have been the situation with them. That's an interesting message. I feel something like they're the kind of person to kind of hem-haw or just not go as fast, or they're not maybe to the point. And they may be doing something in a very roundabout way, and you're just like, get to the point. That's what I'm getting here. I'm getting something about get to the point. Interesting. For some of you, I am getting something about mutual friends or he said, she said stuff. That won't apply to everyone. Okay, for some of you, they want to know if you're single. So this, I even question if this is actually someone that you dealt with in the past, and maybe they circled back around and they're giving me how they feel about you after that first, or your last encounter, basically. Interesting. This is the first pile that I'm going to say it may not necessarily even be like a date that you guys had. It just could have been this connection you had, and then you had this time of separation, and then they're coming back around. But they're kind of explaining to me maybe how they felt after that last encounter. This person might be moving. So if they moved away from you, they may even be moving towards you again. I just get this sense like they don't really know what they want to do with their life. I don't think they're necessarily in the happiest place they've ever been. And that could have been why things went kind of south with you guys, if it went that way, right? Because that's what I'm getting here. They also may have felt that they walked away from you too soon and didn't give this a fair chance. Yeah, they really want to know if you're single. That's the big question. Are you single? That's what I'm getting. I don't think they feel particularly good about what they did, and they may feel very silly if they come back around, but if they truly care and want to salvage it, they'll try at least. They'll shoot their shot. I feel like somebody may have had too tight of a grip on this relationship. So in whatever sense that it makes sense to you for your situation, it's just kind of this vibe of somebody had too tight of a grip, as in, you know, I need it to go this way, or I want it to go this way. It's just a little too, it's just not really letting it naturally flow. So someone did this, right? Whether it was them, whether you feel it was you, or maybe both of you in your own ways kind of did this. But this could have also stifled the growth of things. But please know it wouldn't have gone any differently, no matter what you would have done or they would have done. I don't really believe that way. I do believe that, you know, things truly happen for a reason. And if they're meant to work out, they will. If they're not, they won't. And if they're meant to work out later, you know, then that's a different story. But now I feel like for you, you kind of have two sides to you, and maybe this is what also kind of got them, is you have these two maybe very contrasting sides. So one may be very sweet, and then the other, it might be very passive aggressive, very cold. And I want to use the word passive aggressive separate from cold, because you can be cold without being passive aggressive, right? But I am getting that you have this side maybe that is cold, but also passive aggressive, because you may let things kind of bubble. That's kind of similar to pile 2, what I got, just with that message at least, that, you know, about letting things kind of fester if you don't get it off your chest to begin with. And it's not about being confrontational all the time. It's just about making sure that you're honoring yourself and you're true to yourself and your boundaries throughout the process, so that you never feel like you're being taken advantage of. You never feel like, oh, I've given all my control away to them and I feel, you know, anxious now and frustrated. I think that's key for your health, mentally and otherwise, and just also the longevity of any sort of connection, right? If you guys don't align on something, then hey, that's fine. Some people just are not meant to be together in that way. And it's better to know that off the bat, you know. Someone is really outdoorsy. I'm definitely getting that. I'm kind of getting this flurry of messages. So whether they come back at you with, I don't know, it could be anything, like a drunk text. It could be, you know, all of a sudden blowing up your phone, just kind of all of a sudden this shift in their energy coming back in. For some of you, that really might be the case. For others of you, I'm getting that you'll be starting a new journey very soon. Please trust and know and have faith that is coming for you, and the new journey. For those of you in that way that I'm getting it, because I'm getting kind of two different outcomes here, where, you know, the old person can return and then maybe you rekindle things. Maybe this is actually in 3 ways. Maybe it's that they, you know, come back around and you rekindle it. For others of you, I'm feeling now that it could also be that they come back around and you get closure and you choose not to rekindle it. But I get that more on your part, you deciding that, not them. Because it feels like they would want something, and then it's up to you where you go from there, depending on how they come back around at you and how you feel, you know? And then for this third situation, for those of you that, you know, this person maybe doesn't quite come back around, even if they want to, right? Not everyone makes a move even though they want to. Then you will be starting this whole new journey, and you may even meet someone while you're traveling. So get out there, go to new places, try new things, let your friends know that you're looking, and just get out there. And you just never know. And I'm going to give you a great story to kind of end this. You know, someone I know, they were traveling, and sorry, I'm going to be very vague because, you know, it's this person's story and not truly mine to tell, but essentially they were traveling, this other person was traveling, and they both met. And if they wouldn't have been traveling, they wouldn't have met each other at that exact moment in time. So it's beautiful, you know, give it a few years, and they reconnect. And after all that time, right? But it was just meant to be. And that's that, you know, it just happens sometimes. So you just never know. So yeah, I really hope that helps you guys. And just know I see, you know, really good stuff to come regardless of which one of those scenarios you feel you see yourself in. All right, so always trust the universe. I love you guys so much. Thank you, as always, for all your support. Please, like this video if it resonates. Drop a comment below, even if it's just an emoji to say hi. And, keep up with me on Instagram. I love talking to you guys and staying in touch. I've actually made some really amazing friends through that, that I've met, through doing this channel, and that I've kept in touch with for well over a year. So that's been amazing. So please find me on there. Let's be friends. All right. So I love you guys. Thank you. Mwah. Until next time. Bye.